Okay, let's start with the unboxing for my 10th Life Original All-Weather Catipi. Let's see what we have in here first. You will need for this a Phillips screwdriver and something to open the box with. And let's take a look at what we have in here. You have your skin. Let's open it all up. You have a package of supplies, cotter pins and screws. If you purchase this with a heater, you will have a heater in there. And we come to the base. Let's lift the base out of here and get rid of the box. And let's take a look around the base. You have your extra additional layer. The hole for the plug will always go at the back. I'll show you this, but you're not going to put it on right now. In the back of your second layer, you have a hole that you can thread the plugs in case you're using electric appliances. And take your package with the screws, your 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, will go to stabilize the base. The holes are drilled. You should be no problem putting them in. So screw these 4 holes in. Get your screwdriver set up properly like I must do. There's one. Go ahead and put those screws in nice and firm. And 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Once you have that completed, your base will be a solid piece. It just folds for travel. The skin onto the base. So first thing you want to do is take your fabric and your insulation, open it up a little bit, and fold it back so you can see what you're doing down here. You won't hurt anything. And notice on the bottom of each pole you have colored lines drawn. They will correspond with the colored lines on the bases. These cotter pins will sit on top, so let's look for the purple. There's the purple line and there's the purple line there. And do be advised, while you're putting the poles in, they do not go straight down. They will go at an angle. So let's put the purple in and line up the yellow. Go around your teepee. We have the green in, the blue in, the red is in, and on this one I think orange is the last color. Come on, the last one is always the hardest to get in. But let's make sure these are lined up. They're all in. Now, in case the poles have switched around, moved around during shipping, notice that they line up. If they're lined up properly, your cotter pins will be facing sideways. So go around and do this to each one of the poles. Each of your poles is in the base and the holes are lined up. The yellow, the green, and the purple, or whatever colors might be on yours. Now we're going to flip it onto its side. so you have access to the bottom. And notice that at the base of each one is another hole for a cotter pin. If the colored lines are matched up, this cotter pin will be facing in. So go around to each one of your poles, put that cotter pin in. You might have to push it down a little bit. Let's see where this hole is. There we have the base. These cotter pins can be nice and snug. You might need a little something stronger than your finger, or they might just snap in like that. So go around and do that to each. Perfect. Okay, so you've got 6 poles in and attached. Cotter pin at the bottom prevents it from sliding out. Cotter pin at the top prevents it from going down. These 2 cotter pins hold them in place. So now you're ready to bring your insulation down. The insulation is always going to go over. What this does is it protects the fabric from rubbing against the wood. That will extend the life of your Catipi immeasurably. So go around and pull this liner down. Once you've done that, notice the grommets on the top. They will correspond with the screws, so you can snap these grommets, if I can get the light right there. In place over the screws. Go around to each side and do that. Snap the liner directly onto the screws. Snap the skin onto the screws. Now we come to the door. I've included a string, and you can use any string that you want of any length. I haven't known a cat yet who's willing to put their head under here and lift up the door. I'm sure there are some, but the ones I know won't. So I put the grommets here. You have some options to give them a helping hand. Open this door a bit, halfway perhaps. You can always take the string and tie it around the cross pegs to hold it open while they get in the hang of going in. If that doesn't suit you, take a stick or a pole or some sort, sink it into the ground in front, and tie it out there, just so that they have some help. This way it becomes like more of an awning than a door. Either way, it'll keep the cat dry, and it'll give them access. Go ahead and take a moment and straighten up anything that might have gotten twisted in shipping. Are you ready to put your internal extra base on? There's an up sign, and you'll notice there's a hole. This hole corresponds with the plug hole in the base. So you can go ahead and thread this. Be shy about folding it up. It won't bother it a bit. Line the hole in your extra cover. Line up the hole in your extra cover with the plug hole in the back. I'm going to put the camera down so I can have that. Just go ahead and line it up, the 2 holes, so that you can have a cord. Plus, they will fit directly around each pole so that it holds it snug. If you're using an electric heater, now is the time to put that in and thread the plug through the holes in both layers of material, of insulation. If you're using straw, now is the time to include the straw. A word about using electric heaters. You can use electricity 100% safely, but you have to make it your business to make sure it's safe. There are cord protectors, there are cord covers, cord boxes. There are all kinds of things you can do to protect the cord from the weather. Once you've threaded this through your holes and it's inside the teepee, take a moment to familiarize yourself with the controls. Always start at the lowest temperature and move up as needed. Never put an animal who can't move like an old or ill cat or kitten onto a heated base without knowing 100% what temperature it is. So take the time to experiment with this in the house and make sure it's actually just perfect for your feline friends. Okay, now you've completed putting together your My 10th Life original all-weather cat teepee, and you should be good to go. Don't be disappointed if they don't rush right in. Every cat I've ever known is a little circumspect and a little careful, and is going to want to check anything out before going in. So give the cats some time. Give yourself some peace of mind that your feline friend will be warm this winter and dry, and enjoy. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.